Hey guys, Justin from Reaction Brewing Company here today. We got the Penguin chiller here, kind of in a little unorthodox spot, but let's take a drink of beer first. So, we're gonna do a little setup video. What we have here is all your nipples that go through the chiller for you to run to your fermenters. So I only need two. I need a supply and return. I'm not sure how it's going to work with for my setup. Just using the standard 3/8 fitting, since I cool all four of my tanks through one line. So I might end up having to bore this lid out with just a drill bit and see if I can get some 3/4 or 1/2 inch nipples, threaded nipples for this, so that I can run a little bit bigger supply line, a little bit bigger return. So all you do to hook these up is, if you guys don't know, each washer has a side. You can see it's kind of beveled on that side, flat on that side, and then you have a threaded connection on this side. Just stick your threaded connection through. Flat side goes against the lid, obviously. Then you just spin it in. So you have 4 supply and returns. So you have eight nozzles, 4 supplies to 4 tanks, 4 returns for 4 tanks. Since my setup's all automated and all the piping is ran through the wall, I don't need 4 supplies and 4 returns. I just need 1 of each. So we'll see how this works in the standard setup. If not, I did contact Penguin a long time ago. I emailed them and asked them if they could do 1/2 inch or 3/4 or something like that. I think it was a 3/4 supply and return. I'm sure I can find these on Amazon or eBay or something for these little threaded nipples. If not, I believe he said he could supply me with them. Just because my setup's not a standard at-home setup. I'm weird. You guys know that if you're watching. I do things a little bit different. So anyways, we've done enough. I guess I got one last one, but I think I dropped the yep, I dropped it somewhere. I will I'll have to locate that guy in a little bit. So we dropped that guy somewhere. There we go. There we go. Get it out of there before we fill it up with glycol. So they recommend 50-50 glycol solution with glycol to water. I've always done 2 parts water, 1 part glycol. But we'll give the 50-50 a shot. We'll see if I believe this is a 3-gallon reservoir. I got a gallon of Penguin brand glycol, and then I've got a 5-gallon bucket of other brand glycol. But we'll use the Penguin. We'll fill that. So it's got little holes, 4 little holes in the lid. You can stick your pump. They supply you with this little mag drive guy. Stick your pump through there, drop your little mag drive in the bottom. There you go, you're hooked up, you're all set. So they also supply, you get the accessories kit. Oh here, forgot they sent me this. Probably smarter to put this on before I open the beer. Now it's just like pulling a diaper on. So there you go, your little Penguin Chillers koozie. I haven't had a beer in 2 weeks, so forgive me. So what we have here is some 3/8 tubing they supply you with in the accessories kit. We'll just cut off a section of it. It's pretty hard stuff. It's a lot harder than the stuff that I usually use. So what we'll do is we'll grab our pump, and you always want to use some hose clamps. I never use hose clamps. I always just let stuff blow off and hit me in the face. So I cut her a little too long. So we'll pop that off. I thought I had some scissors around here somewhere. I should probably get some scissors instead of just using this super old, crappy Chinese knife. Or you can measure like how deep it is. We'll just play the guessing game. Alright, there we go. We're in. We got the guide through. Obviously don't hook that up until you get Glycol in here. And that hooked to something. So we'll pull it out for now. What we're going to do is we'll put our Glycol in here. So if you buy the accessories kit that they sell, you get this guy here. They offer it. You know, you can get your separate Penguin Chillers brand. You want propylene glycol. You don't want to use your car glycol or anything like that. Or antifreeze out of your car. So in the instructions it says do not fill it any higher than the temperature probe up here. Fill it higher than the temperature probe, it's going to run inside the temperature probe. Not a good idea. So let me go fill this up with water, guys, and we will be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Penguin Chillers koozies keeping the beer cold. So we filled up the 1 gallon jug with some water. So we'll just pour that in there. It says in the instructions as long as the coil is covered more than 75%, you're good to go. So 2 gallons, we're still below the thermocouple probe hole. So we'll sit this guy down in there, and I will find the cord. I've got about 85 things plugged into this circuit breaker over here, so there's this thing over here, so I'm sure that's fine. So we're getting the temperature down here. Let's see if I can bring you guys closer. This camera is not super wide angle, so it's not like... So there you go, guys. We're right in. I believe that means it's reading 79 degrees. Let's take the protective sticker off. We'll go to set. I should probably read the instructions. Let me read the instructions. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got the instructions with me now. So we're going to hold set. We'll see if I can not stick my hand in the way. So we're going to go to the set here. And this is the down arrow. So that's the up arrow, down arrow. So we're at 28 degrees already. So we're gonna maybe hold that So it looks like it's delaying the cooling, so it's calling for cooling. It's just going to start up here. It's just going to start up here in a few minutes. So it says here, press set, which is that button. Hold for 5 seconds. ST will appear. We did that. Using the up or down arrow, we select our set temperatures. Press set to save change. Press reset to exit settings. So we did set. ST appears. Press set. That gives our temperature. The up and down arrows, we can change it. Press set to save setting. And then press reset to exit. So there we go. We're back. It's just calling for cooling. So it's just waiting for cooling to start. So we will we'll cut away here for a few minutes. We'll come back. It should start cooling here in the next couple minutes. It says 2 minutes, it'll wait. And we'll come back and I'll let you guys know how it's doing. My old one's running over here. She's on her last legs. So I'm happy to have this guy and get this guy hooked up. So we'll be back here in a minute to let you guys know how it's going. Alright guys, it's kicked on. You can probably hear it running. It's not too loud. It's not any louder than my old setup. So what we're going to do is cut a section of this tubing out. So we got that's our feed. We'll just jump her over here to a return. And we will find, whoa, I jacked it up. I bumped the plug, so it shut it off. Probably gonna have to wait 2 minutes. That's my fault. So this guy's going now. It's going pretty good actually. Just squirting in there pretty hard. So, wow, that cooled off that fast already. That was quick. So we'll come back here. I'll let this run. It is, let me tell you guys what time it is. It's 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As soon as it kicks back on, well now it's back up to 78, but as soon as it kicks back on, I'll start a timer and I'll see how long it takes to pull down to 28 degrees. We'll come back, I'll let you guys know. We'll see you guys then. Alright guys, real quick while it's chilling. So we're down to 66, it's only been a couple minutes. So as you can see, I got my dB meter up here. I'll see if I can zoom in enough for you guys to see it. My normal conversation is up in the like high 60s, low 70s. So I'm just gonna back this up. I'll let you guys know what it's at with the chiller just running. So with it pressed up right against the compressor, it's at 73. At the front of the unit, it's at 62. And a couple feet away, it's at 54. So that's 54 is about a normal conversation. It's pretty quiet. It's comparable to my old one. They're both running at the same time right now, so it's about the same as my old one. It's gonna go in the end of my bar here. We're gonna have some fans on the end to blow air across it to keep it ventilated well. I'm not gonna be able to hear it once it's under there, so still pretty quiet. It's quieter than, I mean, even my California air compressor is like high 60s. You know, at 5 or 8 feet, something like that. So it's pretty quiet. I'm pretty happy so far. We're cooling. We're at 61. We'll be back here in however many minutes it takes to cool it down. So we'll see you guys then. All right, guys. It's been about 14 minutes. We're down to 31, it says. So what we're gonna do is just unplug this, let it kind of drain back in. Man, these are hard to get off. Probably because I didn't tighten any of them. So what you want to do when you put these in is tighten the bottom of them with a pair of channel locks or a crescent wrench or something, just a little bit. They're just plastic, so just give them a little, the old heave ho. And obviously this isn't the most efficient, way to run Glycol lines. There's no insulation on any of what I'm doing right now. I just switched all my fittings over. And let's see if we can move this guy just close enough. So that's the good part about this harder durometer stuff, or whatever you want to call it, is you guys know I'm totally famous for leaving valves shut. So we will shut the recycle up, and there's going to be a little green in there. That's not antifreeze, it's just food coloring. It's just so I can tell if I had leaks on my system. But it's going to push all the green out, and you're probably going to see this start to climb pretty hard now. It's waiting to start cycling again. I'm probably over duty cycling it right now since it's trying to cool the reservoir. Probably cut that a little long too. So it's probably trying to cool the reservoir, and now I'm making it pump through all the tanks that are not down to temp because this guy wasn't down to temp. So yeah, it's shooting up pretty good. It'll kick back on here in a minute. But overall, I mean, even that pump, that little tiny pump, I had a 770 gallon per hour pump in here. That's like it's 3.5 gallons a minute. So what's that? Let's see. Can you guys beat me on your calculators at home? Probably. 3.5 times 60, 210 gallons a minute. I had a 770 gallon a minute pump in there. And this looks like it is clearing all the lines. Yeah, so all the lines are clear now. They were green from the dyed glycol and everything clear. We're up to 39. We're waiting to do probably for a duty cycle on this. There we go. It's kicking back on now. It's probably going to take a couple hours to actually level out. I don't know what the duty cycle is. It doesn't say. But it ran for 14 minutes from 79 degrees down to 31. It took 14 minutes. That one took hours to bring down. I've changed the glycol out in that one twice in the last 2 years. I change it about once a year. It took hours to go from room temperature, whatever, water, your groundwater temperature, down to chilling temperature. You can see how fast that's dropping. So this is pretty impressive. I'm pretty happy with it. It's made in the USA. That sold me right there. I don't know of any competitions out there. I won't mention any names. You guys already know the names. They're not made in the USA. These guys, made in the USA. You can talk to the owner, the Facebook marketing people. They'll answer all your questions. They're super friendly. They get back to you right away. You don't have to sit around and wait. And you get a good product. I'm sold on anything made in the USA. If you make products in the United States, you're paying a premium to make them. Yeah, this is cheaper per horsepower than any competitor out there. I've touted that for 2 years since I found out about them, even as I ran that, way before I ever bought one. So if you guys are looking for a Glycol chiller, this is the one to get. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Hope you like this. Hope you like the Penguin. Check them out at penguinchillers.com. They got I believe 3/8 half, and then 1 horsepower, and then bigger. I just had a buddy, I know I'm rambling now. I just had a buddy on Facebook message me, or a guy on Facebook that I've talked to prior messaged me asking me what size I thought he should get. And I had no idea because I don't know. I'm not a Glycol chiller manufacturer. And he hit up the Facebook. He had an answer within a couple hours. They got him hooked up with a 2 horsepower unit. Instead of, he was going to get multiple 3/4 horsepower units or something like that, but they got him hooked up with a 2 horsepower unit, and he should be good to go. So this is chilling. I have 2.5 barrels hooked up to this, just FYI. This is a 1/2 horsepower chiller. There's 2.5 barrels hooked up right there. So anyway, enough rambling, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys in the next video.